Greetings, loved ones. Today we're going to talk about 25 ways you can help someone experiencing domestic abuse. Help us get these messages out. Subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit the like button and the notification bell, and please share these messages with others. You never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. Maybe you know someone who is suffering domestic abuse and you feel helpless. You don't know how or if you can help them. The truth is, there are many ways you can help someone who is suffering domestic abuse. So let's discuss those now. We have a list of 25 ways that you can help victims of domestic violence. Number 1, ask what you can do to help. Maybe there's something that you can do to help them out. Number 2, continue the support after the victim leaves. Many times people help the victim leave, but then that's the end of it. 3, arrange to provide transportation. Maybe they don't have a car because the husband has taken the car or limited their ability to move. But, arrange to provide transportation to an abuse shelter, to visit a lawyer, or whatever they need. Another thing you can do, number 4, is create a safety bag of essentials. That would be a bunch of things that they would need if they had to leave suddenly, and keep it at your house or keep it somewhere else for them so that they can get it when they need it. The 5th thing that you can do is help the survivor hire an attorney or legal assistance. Maybe they don't have any money. Help them by hiring them the legal help that they need in the situation. Number 6 is that you can help them create a safety plan. They must have a safety plan if they're trying to leave an abusive partner. That's the most dangerous time that a person can leave. So by sitting with them and creating a safety plan, if you don't know how to do that, you can talk to a domestic violence advocate in your area. But this is one of the most important things to do. So help them create a safety plan. Number 7, you can open your home or another location as a safe haven. Where is she going to go? Where are she and the children going to be? How are they going to be safe? You can help them by opening your home or helping them with another location to be safe. Number 8 is let the victim make their own decisions. Many times we want to tell them what to do, and they're so used to their abuser telling them what to do that if we want to help them, the best thing to do is let them make their own decisions. Number 9, take the abuse seriously and believe the victim. As we stated before, the aggressors usually have one face in public where everybody loves them, they're wonderful, and nobody would believe that he could actually do that. But at home behind closed doors, the abuser is very different. So when somebody tells you that they're suffering abuse, believe them and take it seriously. And number 10, you can offer counseling or expert guidance. If you have knowledge in it, you can help them out, or you can take them to somebody who has the knowledge to help them stay safe. Number 11, if you own a business, many times victims of violence have no jobs. Their spouses keep them home so that they keep them dependent on them. So if you have a business, you could actually try and provide a job opportunity for a victim of violence. Number 12, and this one is a really good idea. You could set up a code word with your friend who's suffering violence to signal an emergency. So then if she's in trouble, she could hit the dial button and say, "elephant," and you hear that. You know that she's in trouble and that she needs help. Or she can send you a text message, "elephant." That's a word. Pick a word that you wouldn't normally use so that when you see that word, you know that you need to get her to help. And number 13, help rebuild the self-esteem and confidence of your friend or family member, because the abuser is breaking this down bit by bit, by bit, by bit, by bit, by bit, day by day by day. And they need to hear you are loved. They need to hear you are beautiful. So there are many books, there are many videos, there's a lot of resources available. Talk to a domestic violence advocate at a shelter near you, but work on rebuilding the self-esteem and confidence of your friend or family member. And number 4, listen unconditionally and non-judgmentally. Victims leave their abusers on average 7 times before they finally leave for good. So you may go through all of this rigmarole to help them get out, and then tomorrow they're back with their friends. So listen to them and don't judge them. Number 15, offer plans and options in the case of an emergency. So what you can do is you can say, if this happens, let's do this. And this is sort of part of the safety plan. But make sure that she has a plan and that she has options in the event of an emergency. And then number 16, you can help the survivor recognize abuse. Maybe they don't realize they're being abused, or maybe they don't want to face it, or maybe they think this is just the way it is because they grew up in a home with abuse. Maybe you can share with them these videos, which is why we're putting them out. You can say, hey, I found this great series on domestic violence. It's really interesting. Check this out, and watch it with her, or send her, every time you watch one of these, send her the link to it, so that the goal that we're doing with these is so that people who are not suffering abuse but encounter someone who is, they know what to do, and so that somebody who's suffering abuse can recognize they're suffering abuse, number one, and also know that there is a way out. So help them recognize abuse. And number 17 is serve as a witness. If you've seen the abuse, if you've heard him abusing her, if you've seen the bruises, if she's told you about it, you can serve as a witness for her in court. Number 18, and nobody ever really thinks about the pets in the family. So if she has a favorite dog that's like her cuddly dog, I know that a lot of shelters don't allow pets, most don't. Maybe you can take care of her babies, her fur babies, while she's in transition. That would be a really good thing you can do to help her. And number 19, provide assurance. Tell her, you don't deserve this. This is not your fault. And tell her, I believe you, because these are all things. The abuser is telling her it's her fault she's being abused. The abuser is telling her she deserves to be abused. The abuser is telling her nobody's going to believe you because everybody loves me. So tell her these three things. You don't deserve this. It is not your fault. And I believe you. Number 20, help her get a protection order. The legal process can be really overwhelming, especially for somebody who's never been involved with the legal process before. And good advocates can stand by her and walk with her, find out what the procedures are in your area, talk to a domestic violence advocate, and help her get that protection order. That protection order is so important. And number 21, you can ask questions that allow the survivor to consider and anticipate the future. Ask her, so what do you want to do with your life? What do you think you could do? Well, is this going to be exciting getting a new apartment? Is this going to be exciting starting a new job or moving to a new area? Ask her questions in which she can start to think about what she wants to do for her future. And number 2, recommend reading materials and resources like these videos. Yes, I'm going to plug this because the only reason we are doing these videos is so that the information is out there and available. So recommend reading materials and resources for her so that she can rebuild her self-esteem, so that she can heal from the violence, so that she can get a new start on her life, so that she can recognize that she's suffering violence and know it's not her fault and there is a way out. And then number 23, go with her to the court proceedings. It is terrifying, and I can attest to this. I was a victim of domestic violence. It is terrifying to go into these court proceedings all by yourself. You're going to have to confront your abuser, and you're going to have to testify in front of them of all of the things that they did. And in the mind of someone who's suffering violence, they're remembering his voice saying, if you tell anyone, I will kill you. I will hurt your children. I will destroy your life. I will murder your dog. I will hurt your family. And so all of these things are in their heads. And so going to testify in court, it's overwhelming and terrifying. So go with her. Number 4, financial support. Help her a bit with financial support. Buy her some food. Buy her some diapers. Take her out for a lunch. Give her the things that she needs while she's in transition, because maybe she is working, but she can't afford to do everything all on her own. Maybe there's services that she can get an apartment, but it's going to take a while. Help her with the deposit on the apartment, or the deposit on the lights, or whatever. Look at what she needs financially and see if you and a group of others can help provide financial support during the transition out of being with their abuser and to be standing on their own. And number 25, I've said this over and over, find or call an advocate or shelter near you. They can give you all of the advice that you need. They know the legal process. They know all of the procedures, and they can help you help her. There are many ways that we can be of help to those who suffer domestic abuse, and the most important thing is to be there for them. Even if they've left and returned 7 times, always be there for them, because if you give up on them, they'll never come out of it. And remember to continue being there, even if they don't take your advice, even if they return to their abuser after your help, even if they don't want to leave their abuser. Maintain your relationship as a lifeline. On average, women leave their abuser 7 times before leaving for good. It's all about power and control. It is a relationship. The victim loves her partner and most likely just wants the violence to stop, not the relationship. The victim, the survivor, is also dependent on her abuser, which is why it is so important for you to remain available when she does decide to leave. Only she knows when it is safe to leave. Also, the moment a victim decides to leave an abusive relationship, it becomes the most dangerous time of the relationship. Be there. Love her. Help her. With 1 in 3 women experiencing domestic violence worldwide and 15 million children witnessing the violence each year, the question is not if you will encounter a victim of violence. The question before God is, what will you do when you do encounter them? You could be the person who saves a life. You are called. We are all called to be champions for justice. Those who suffer violence need to know that those who love them and that those who don't even know them will step out and reach out to them to help them have the courage to leave before it's too late. Help us get these messages out. Subscribe to our channel, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and please share these messages with others. You never know, just by doing so, you could save a life. If you're a victim of violence, listen to me now. Give me all of your attention. It's time you know the truth. And the truth is, you are valued, you are loved, you are intelligent, you are beautiful. God does not want you to suffer violence. He wants you to live free from violence in peace and tranquility. There is a way out. It's not your fault, and abuse is not love. If you're a victim of violence, reach out to somebody today. If you find yourself in a dangerous situation, call 911 for help. And if you know of a child suffering violence, tell the authorities. Until tomorrow, God bless you.